Uncle Vic, would you like to maybe start our slide for us?
I will do that.
All right. By the way, guys, I am 24, so I'm still very new to the adult world as well. So I'm still trying to adjust to the adult world. I'm more like 50% in. So I relate a lot to you and what you're going through. So it's going to be a very exciting session today. Here we go.
Okay, it's coming, but I think carry on as it's coming on.
Okay, as it's coming on. All right, sure, guys. So we are living in a world where we are now going to be using technology as a way of studying. It's very, very different, isn't it? It's not like being in the classroom and having your teacher in front of you. How does that feel? Are you guys Zooming your classes or while you guys wait? I know some schools don't have the equipment to Zoom and to have sessions online. How are you guys dealing with that? Are you getting school packs to do some of your work, or are you meeting your teachers online? How is your process? So maybe each person can maybe explain how their school is running the program of online teaching. Who would like to start for us? Please don't be nervous. Just share as much as you'd like and be very comfortable. As I said, I'm also I relate a lot to all the issues, the school issues, because I'm studying to be a teacher, and this is also very new to me. Teaching online and dealing with kids online, it's very difficult. A lot of people are finding it very difficult because they are not surrounded by their friends. They have to do it via online, so it's quite frustrating. How are you guys doing your programs, your school programs? Does anybody would anybody like to share that?
Man United supporters always go first. Come on, Ethan, you can do this.
Anybody? Are you guys so shy? Oh shit, no. Do not be shy. I promise you, Uncle Vic and Alson don't mind them. Don't mind them. It's just me and you. Pretend they're not even here. Just pretend that they're not even here.
I think you're gonna have to. Oh, Nanzi.
Nanziwe, there we go, Nanziwe. Please share.
At our school, we didn't have online schooling. So they used to give us hope. My mom used to get homework from my school and bring it home.
Okay, so it's like they give you guys work packs.
Yes.
And how do you feel about that? I mean, you don't get to see your friends, you don't see your teacher, you're just doing work from home. How do you feel?
Cool, awesome.
You fine? Are you fine about it? Are you dealing with it fine?
Yes.
Okay, that's good. Please have a notebook next to you, because some of the things that we're going to be talking about, you'd need to write them down as you go, so that you remember and relate to it later when you need to actually have a look at it.
Can everybody see the screen? Can you see the screen, Minadia?
I can see the screen. Value 18, session 1.
Cool.
With graduation hats.
Yeah.
We are all going to get to that point where we throw those graduation hats in the air.
Yeah, okay. Carry on chatting, because we're just trying to fix the movement.
No problem. Okay, the non-Man United supporter. Somebody said they don't support Man United. So how about Andile? Would you like to share how your school runs things during COVID right now? Online lessons and work packs. I'd like to hear from you, yes.
So when we were in lockdown, we did do online classes, and they were doing it daily, except they wouldn't post on Saturday and Sunday.
Okay. And how did you find that? How do you feel about working online? Do you think it's easier or is it difficult to adjust to?
It usually depends on what the work is and what we're learning on.
Yes, yes, very relative point there. So when you're doing English or maths, which one do you think is a bit difficult to do over a computer screen?
I think it has to be neither of them because I'm fine with both.
Okay, so which subject do you think you feel like it's a bit difficult? Like I know a lot of people complain about PE, whereas they need to watch the screen and do what the coach is doing, like do the squats if you have to do the squats and do the what do they call them, star jumps and all of that. Do you think there's a specific subject that you feel like it's quite difficult?
Yes, I think it has to be geography.
Oh my word. Yeah, I was terrible at geography. I can't even help there.
Okay, we're up and running.
There we go. Okay,
I don't know if you want to.
Everybody see the screen?
Yes, I can see.
All of you can see the screen?
Yes, I can see. Thank you, Minadia.
Okay, awesome. All right. Yes, Uncle Vic, we can see. I think, should we skip the introduction now?
Yeah, I've gone to this part at the beginning, and then I'll skip the introduction. So you can shoot from here.
Okay. So, guys, why value teams? Well, we're going to welcome you to Value Teens. Think of this as a place where we are going to be sharing ideas and discuss all the challenges we are currently facing. And some of them are technical challenges, data challenges, academic challenges. So those are the kind of things that we are going to discuss and find solutions towards. We could be sitting with a future president in our group right now, or a doctor, even a teacher, a musician, an IT specialist. We don't know where all of us might end up. I think we have a group of really potential people here in this group right now. We are looking forward to the most. What are we looking forward to the most as the year begins and everyone's starting a new grade? That is the question. I'd like you guys to sit and think about it, and maybe you can jot down what you're looking forward to the most this year. And as you begin the new grade and the new school, some of you have started your high school, some of you are still going to grade 7 or are in grade 7. So think about that and jot it down for me, because just before the end of the session, we're going to try and discuss that, hopefully if we have enough time. The subject today is, what are your personal academic goals? And also we are going to be talking about what is academic pressure. So I need you to also think about that question. What is academic pressure to you? Because I think for a lot of people, it's different meanings. We do have a standard one that Google has provided for us, but at the end of the day, you personally, there's no wrong or right answer. You personally, to you, what is academic pressure? And are you experiencing academic pressure at the moment? If you are, list and jot down some of the academic pressures that you are dealing with right now, or that you feel are overwhelming you at the moment. So just make sure that you jot down that and write some of the issues that you're dealing with right now, so that we can try and find solutions towards them. We can go to the next slide, Uncle Vic. There we go. So academic pressure, from me and Google together, is academic pressure is an experience in which a student is burdened. Burdened meaning is a heavy load by the demands of time, energy to achieve specific academic goals. This kind of stress comes from a variety of potential sources, be it your parents, yourself, and your friends. It is very possible for one to also pressure themselves. I hope everybody is aware of that, because I felt, once I've actually felt in primary, I had a very intelligent best friend. He was so good academically. And I felt like the circle I had was so brilliant in terms of academic. And I wasn't as brilliant as them. And I felt like, oh, I need to pull up my socks, because I feel like I'm hanging out with some of the most intelligent people, and I feel like I'm basically the black sheep because I feel like my marks were like 50s and 60s. So I didn't feel like I belonged in that circle because my strengths were basically sports. So the fact that I felt like that as well made me feel like I was pressuring myself. They were not telling me that I'm not good enough. I was basically telling myself that I'm not good enough to be in this group because my academics are not on the same level. So think about that and just share your experience as well at the end of the session. Right. Who causes the pressure? Is it family, friends, teachers, or yourself? Pressure from parents. A lot of times, parents put pressure on their children because they care and they want their children to be the best version of themselves. And a lot of young adults, which is you guys are young adults, live out their parents' expectation because of not wanting to disappoint them. And I can tell you and guarantee to you right now that all of you here do not want to disappoint your parents. So you will do everything and anything to make sure that you succeed. And there's also this pressure where parents want to direct what career you should choose. Some parents want to tell you that, no, I want my son to be a doctor. I want Andile to be a doctor. And Andile could be looking into IT, and the parent's like, no, that's not good enough. I want you to be a doctor. Because now the parent wants you to be the best person and actually present you to her friends and her colleagues and say, no, my son's a doctor. Whereby Andile really does not want to be a doctor. He just wants to be in IT. So it becomes very difficult because parents have high expectations and they forget that if Andile becomes a doctor and ends up not enjoying being a doctor, it becomes a problem because then he will not do his job as well as he should. You need to be in a career and in a field where you are passionate about what you're doing, not where your parent wants you to be in that space. So if you're going to do something for your parents, it's not going to work because then you are going to end up miserable while doing that career field. So just think about that. Make sure that when you decide, when you get to matric and you're deciding on what you're going to be studying for, do it for yourself. Discuss it with your parents, but do it for yourself. Just know that you must choose what makes you happy because you're going to have to live with that for the rest of your life.
Sorry, carry on. I was letting somebody in. There's just somebody. They've joined. Sorry, yeah. I needed to come out and to let somebody in.
No problem.
Into the presentation.
You guys can actually also just drop off comments on the group, on the chat if you'd like, because I'm looking at time and I'm not quite sure if we'll have enough time to get through to everybody's story by the end of this. We can go to the next slide, Uncle Vic, if it's possible.
Okay, yep. Bringing it up.
Don't forget to jot down most of the things that we are discussing because you're going to need them later on in your life. Does anybody have any questions so far? Don't be shy to ask. If you're shy to speak, you can actually just drop questions on the chat. I will be able to read them and answer your questions. Right. The next one is from friends or peers. This is the pressure, the academic pressure. Is it from friends or peers? This kind of pressure is effective and happens when one feels they need to do some things to be accepted. So do you know when you want to be in a group of, in a specific group, and then they say, yeah, no, to be in our group, you need to prove yourself. You need to, for example, smoke a cigarette and show us that you're cool, and people, some kids, some teenagers end up doing that just to be accepted into the group and to hang out with the cool kids. So you find yourself now doing something that you didn't want to do. Now you're busy smoking in order for you to be accepted by these people. Do you think that's a good thing? I don't think it's good because now these guys are trying to get you to do something you've never done, something you don't want to do, but just because you want to be a part of their group, you're going to do it. I don't think that those are good friends. That's not a good circle. So if you do come across such friends in school where they say, let's do this, let's bunk class, let's not go to PE, just remember, that's not the right group for you at all. So always try and dodge those kind of people, especially when you start in grade 8. Grade 8 is where they source out all the newbies. They source them out because if you're new, you don't have friends, so you're obviously trying to make friends. So they're going to try and grab you and just corrupt you. So try and look out for those kind of people in your school and stay far away from them, please. The best way, so we're getting into the next one, the best way to not find yourself dealing with pressure is planning. You need to plan. Everything in life works well if you plan. You need to plan. You know, if you can start planning at this age in your teenage years, trust me, you're going to be so organized as an adult one day. So if you can start your planning right now at this age and just practice and practice every time, you're going to get better at it. Practice makes perfect. At the beginning of this meeting, I asked, what are you looking forward to the most? That was your goal. Now that you've identified your goal, plan around it. So I'd like to assume that you have all written down what you're looking forward to the most and what your goal is. And then we get to the part where you've identified your goal. Organize strategically. Get a calendar, a diary. Start with the important dates. So for example, if you've got an assignment due next week, Monday, you should have been working on it already this whole week. And you should have been closing it off by today, actually. You should have been closing it off and seeing and double checking whether it's going well and you haven't made any mistakes. And if you need to add some stuff. And then by Sunday, you shouldn't be working on your assignment. You should be relaxing and waiting to submit it. Because if you're going to wait for Monday to check and do this, you're going to stress yourself a lot. So what we're trying to do here is minimize the level of stress and pressure in academics. So you're going to organize yourself and make sure that by Sunday, you are basically just watching Netflix and waiting to submit your assignment. So make sure that you do not leave things for last minute. It is a lot of pressure, guys. I've done it. And I honestly, I would like to tell you that I've been doing it even in my first year of university where I submit things on the last date. And can I tell you, it clashes. It clashes a lot. Sometimes you try and submit maybe on the actual Monday, and then the system is not working because now we're submitting online due to COVID. Now the system's not working, it's crashing, you're submitting on that date, and now what's going to happen? You're going to get a 0 because you can't submit your work. So make sure you submit way before the date. Do not submit on the actual date most of the time, because especially online, because systems clash, because everyone is trying to submit something. Everyone is trying to submit, so everything is, the inbox is so full that yours doesn't get through. And then when you try again later, the assignment is closed. So always make sure that you are way ahead. Next slide, Uncle Vic. Thank you.
Oh, I think it's stuck again.
Yeah. Okay, guys, do you have any questions, or would you like to add anything towards what I've said? Maybe I've missed a couple of things that you'd like to share and would be relevant to everybody in the group. And again, please don't be shy. I'm not somebody you should be shy and scared of. I'm on your side here.
I'm interested in
that question. We are together in this.
I'm interested in that question. What are you most looking forward to? Because that's going to be
in
the
this
thing
year,
that,
yes.
The year. Let's see if anyone's got, what everyone's answers are to that. Because
yes.
I think that's.
Would you like to share, Andile?
Sports.
Nice one. That's cool. That's cool.
That's very cool. You know, sports is also a career. It's a career. So if you're really good at it, I think it would be great if you focus on it and actually take it on even after school, because that is a career as well. People study for sports as well. So it's a very good lead. I mean, I almost became a cross-country runner because I was actually in athletics, and I was running for the KZN team. But I got to Joburg and lost my spirit. So I could have easily been Ukasta Semenya any day at this point.
Nice one.
Okay, so, Minadia, yes, we also have we also have Tato, who had challenges to connect. The link was
yes.
difficult.
Welcome, Tato.
Hello, Tato. Welcome.
Tato, welcome. Let's see
Can
your
we
face,
see Tato for a second?
And can you just introduce yourself a little bit, Tato?
Hello, I'm Tato, and I am 12, turning 13 this year. And
oh, wow. Yes, which school do you go to and what grade are you in, Angel?
I'm in Irene Primary School, and this year, in 2021, I'm in grade 7.
You are in grade 7?
Yes.
Sure, you are in your last year of primary. How do you feel? I know I was very excited when I was, but how do you feel?
I feel excited, and yeah, I feel excited to be going to high school.
Yeah, so you're looking forward to going to high school more than anything, hey?
Yes.
Have you decided which school you want to go to?
Well, my parents tell me that we're looking for a school near home, so the closest is Girls High.
Oh, wow, that's nice. That's exciting. So you're going to be in an all-girls school. You will not have problems, boy problems. That's very good. Boys are trouble. Stay away from them. Sorry, boys in the group. I just had to say that.
Yeah.
Okay, yeah, no, I'm so sorry, but boys are trouble, girls, so stay away from them. You'll see them when you get married one day, when you are much older. Thank you, Tato. Thank you. Uncle Vic, is the screen coming back? No.
Oh, yeah, I can put it up.
Okay. Please share with me what your goals are. What your goals are for this year, especially because it's January, it's the beginning of the year, so everybody should have goals. No student should not have a goal for the year, for an academic year. So everybody should have goals. So I don't want anybody saying, I'm not sure what my goal is. You should know what your goal is. You are a student, you are in high school, primary, you should know what you want by the end of the year, and you should be able to work towards achieving it, because that's the goal, to achieve the goal. All right, next. Okay. Write the work down. This is a, yes. Oh,
no, sorry, Minadia. Sorry.
Oh, okay, no problem. Okay, how do we do this? How do we reach our academic goals? You write the work down into manageable bit-sized portions that feel less overwhelming. Then look at the bigger picture, or trying to do it all at once. If you have an essay to write that's making you feel anxious, because I know essays make you feel very anxious, because there's a specific way you need to write essays. You need to have the introduction, the body, the conclusion. So that's already on its own planning and organizing. The very same things I spoke about earlier, planning and organizing and strategizing how you're going to manage your work. So that's basically, an essay is the most perfect example, because you need to organize, you need to plan your introduction, plan your body, your conclusion, organize it nicely into a structural manner in which, when you read, it actually flows. It must not be a thing of, I'm reading this part and then this part, it doesn't make sense. That's when you lose marks. You need to make sure that your work makes sense from the beginning to the end. All right. So list the individual steps that lead to the destination of the essay being finished. Finding sources, create an outline, writing an introduction, and the task will begin to feel less daunting. Less daunting meaning it will feel less stressful, less of work if you plan it like that. So always have your work bit by bit. I know that I used to, if I have an SHG on Monday and on Friday I'm at home, I start with my introduction for that day and work on my introduction and perfect it. And then on Saturday, I work on the body. And then I know that I've got the whole day on Saturday, so I'll work on the body and the conclusion. And then I will definitely give somebody to proofread it. You have to, when you're doing your work, have somebody that you trust that can proofread and edit for you. Be it your mother, your dad, or your friend. Send it to somebody and say, how does my essay sound? Should I add anything? Should I delete anything off it? How does it look? Before you give it to your teacher, because you need a second opinion so that you know, but don't give it to a person that's going to make you change the whole thing. They just need to help you add and decrease if you need to. So always look for the right person, and usually it's your parents that you could trust the most, or your siblings that you could trust the most, because you don't want to give it to friends that might steal your ideas and then write, if it's somebody from your class, and then you're showing them your essay, and then just now you guys are writing the same thing, and then you're losing marks because the teacher will think you guys copied each other. So it's always best you do it at home. List what you have going on. It's always good to write and jot things down, and list how much time each thing is going to take. Time management. You have to manage your time. You know, you think you have the whole day, but if you're not going to actually put a stopwatch or a timer or something into what you're doing, you'll find yourself losing the whole day into what? Like doing the introduction only, because you didn't manage your time properly. So always manage your time. Writing down things makes them feel more manageable and less anxiety inducing. So you induce your anxiety when you write things down, because you go back and you look at it and you're like, okay, this is exactly what I need to do at this time, and it needs to be done by this time. So always manage your time and organize yourself and jot things down. Those are the three things I would really like you guys to take with you today. Plan, organize, strategize, manage time. Those are the things that are very, very important during this lesson.
I thought before you go to the last slide, I think somebody else has joined. Who's joined?
Oh, there we
somebody
go.
connecting.
Let's see. I love it when I see more and more people joining.
Because that's your last slide, by the way. I think you might want to give that slide right at the end.
Oh, lovely, lovely that. So in between, guys, I'd really like this to be a discussion. So I'd really, really would appreciate it if everybody would pitch in and maybe answer my question about the goals they have planned for this year. As it is January, it's still the beginning of the year. So I'm very interested in knowing what are your guys' goals, especially the people that are going to that are in grade 8, that have just entered high school, and the guys that are in grade 7 in your last year of school, of your primary school. So it would be really nice to know what your goals are for this year. Who would like to share first? Who wants to be the great Mandela?
And I'm going to pretend I'm a grade 7 person. And your goal is just anything you would like to achieve. Is that right?
Yes, right. Correct.
Anything
There's no wrong and right goal here. All goals are valid, so don't feel like what you're going to say is wrong. In my classes, nothing is wrong at all. Whatever you say, whatever you share is valid. It is valid, and we will just add on to it, or just like align it to the right, or use the right wording for you, but nothing is wrong. So feel free to speak and be very confident in your speaking, because trust me, nothing is wrong, and no one is going to tell you, no, that's wrong, you shouldn't have said that. There's no such thing here. So everybody's point is very valuable. So please share as much as you'd like to. Who would like to start for us? Ethan, would you like to share your goal?
I think I would want to get 80% for all my subjects, and to make the super sport 18.
Oh, wow. That's beautiful. Can I tell you what else you can do in order to reach that goal?
Yes.
Firstly, prayer is very important. So you study, you pray, and you practice. Study, pray, and practice. Those things definitely, I know that every time I really wanted to reach a specific goal, I'd pray and be like, God, please help me focus, help me be able to do the things that I want to do and actually organize myself. Trust me, the universe is listening, God is listening, and if you really, really want it, you are really, really going to get it, but you need to put in the work. So God only helps those that help themselves as well.
What I like about Ethan is he set himself a high goal, right?
A high goal.
Yeah.
Yes, 80% is huge.
Yeah.
It's huge, and you will definitely reach it. You will reach it. The more the more you actually have high expectations for yourself, you actually get to that point where you actually get what you set for yourself. So if you just practice and if you just continue with the attitude that you have right now, you're definitely going to reach that goal. Thank you for sharing.
Thank you so much.
Andile, how about you? And your sister, I'd love to hear. Please tell me your name again. I love it so much. Shatani. Oh, that's such a beautiful name. Okay, would you like to share with us?
My goal would be to learn new styles of art.
Wow, do you like art?
Yes.
Do you like painting art, drawing art?
I like drawing instead of painting.
Oh wow, that's nice. So you want to do you think you want to continue art even when you get to university?
Yeah.
Oh, that's wonderful. So I think that for you to get better and better in your art, it takes practice. With art, I mean, I'm really terrible at art, so I really commend you for being able to draw. It's very difficult to draw. You have a great skill and talent there, honestly. Do you have anything that you'd like to show us that you've maybe drawn before? Oh no, you drew that? What? No ways.
I'm trying to find it.
Oh wow.
Very good.
That is very excellent. You should definitely take up art. I would definitely advise that. And I'm gonna buy all your paintings and all your art. I will buy it. I'll actually support it 100%. That's quite great.
Thank you.
Okay, would Brother Andile like to share his goal for this year?
He would.
So my current goal is to try and work on the 2 languages I'm trying to get better at.
Oh, wow. What are the languages?
It's French and Sepedi.
Wow. You took it to France. That is amazing. You took it to France. Why those 2 subjects? Why those 2 languages? What's the reason behind that?
Mostly because I have to learn them for high school.
Oh, okay. Are they in your high school curriculum?
Yes, they are.
Oh, that's very interesting. I mean, I would offer to help, but I'm only great at Zulu. So if you need help with Zulu, I'm your person here. But otherwise, I think you can get maybe a tutor, or maybe play some French audio or listen to some YouTube French people and some Sepedi French people that speak Sepedi. Maybe that listening to them and finding out what the words mean would actually maybe just help you get better at that. What are you doing at the moment to help you get better at it?
I currently have a tutor and I have multiple people who speak Sepedi helping me.
Oh, that's awesome. Did you choose those 2 languages, or was it just that option?
I chose them.
Okay, that's exciting. What's your language? What language do you speak?
Sepedi.
Oh, is that okay? That's cool. Okay, awesome. All right, thank you for sharing. Next is Felice. Did I say your name right?
I think she's just joined, so she can tell us a bit about. She can show her face, tell us a bit about herself, and then tell us. Well, she probably won't. You probably need to explain.
I think it's a he.
Or is it a he?
Oh, is it a he?
Well, we'll know if we get to see the face.
Felisa, won't you share your face with us, please? Just show us your handsome face. And you can unmute yourself and maybe tell us a little bit about yourself.
Press the video button.
And the mute button so that we can hear you.
If you can press the video button. I think they're on Zoom for the first
Oh,
time.
shame.
Oh, okay.
Hello, Spilise. Can you hear me? Oh, shame. There's a button that says stop video, and there's a button that says mute. So you just press that button, start video, and then press unmute.
They're both on
at the bottom.
They're at the bottom on the left-hand side. Right at the bottom on the left-hand side.
You could just press this.
One of them looks like a microphone, and the other one looks like a camera.
Okay, we'll come back to him. Mahlatsi, would you like to share anything with us today, Prince? Mahlatsi.
Prince has got Mahlatsi's got network issues.
Okay.
So
also, Domi, your daughter, your beautiful daughter, is she there next to you right now? No? Yes.
Anans?
Okay, Tato, how about you, Tato? Would you like to share your goal for this year? I think I'd like to hear everybody's goal for this year, Tato.
Yeah.
My goal is to keep my academics well, like have high standards in my academics, and be more active in sport at school, but if they allow us because of COVID, like be more active with sport.
Yeah. Sure, you know what? Can I say something? You guys are so focused. I cannot believe how focused you are. You know, your goals are so surrounded by doing well.
And you have other room. Nancy, where?
And you have such great. Oh, did she fall? Tato.
Nancy.
Tato, thank you very much for sharing that. And currently, your academic. Clearly, I believe that your academics are great because you said you still want to keep them where they are. That means you are already doing excellent. Keep up that energy throughout your schooling years. It's going to help you even when you get to university. Keep the same attitude. Surround yourself with the people that have the same attitude as yours, because that is the only way you grow. If you're going to be surrounded by people that don't have plans and goals, you're going to end up having the same energy. So make sure that you surround yourself with people like yourself. Okay.
Thank you.
Okay. Let's see who hasn't had a chance. Let's see.
Njabulo.
I think Njabulo. Njabulo, would you like to share with us, Njabulo? Hello, Njabulo. I think there's a huge...
Okay, Njabulo is here with me. So, hello, can you hear us?
Yes, we can.
The network is really bad.
Shame. Okay, no.
Now, Njabulo,
it's okay.
It's your turn. He's going to try and say something. Can you hear us?
Yes, loud and clear.
Yes. What are your goals, Njabulo, for this year?
Okay. All right.
Okay, my goals are to pass grade 8 with high marks, and to learn French more. To learn French.
Shame, net is so terrible.
No.
Yeah, perfect. Very good.
You want to learn French? Sure. There's actually a very big majority number of people that really want to learn French. I think I should join the learning French classes as well. I think it would be a great idea to learn French. Well, that's really great, Njabulo. And the fact that you're in grade 8 and you already know that you want to learn French and you want to have a high score, that really speaks highly of you. That just tells me that you're focused and you know what you want already. So that's beautiful.
Yeah.
That's beautiful. Well done.
Well
done.
Thank you.
Nanzi.
I've told her to put her network is bad. I've told her to put her goals on chat.
Oh,
you can switch your camera off.
Okay. So if you're having bad network, you can just post on the group. It's not a problem. just write on the chat, and then I'll read it out. And then if I have advice for you, then I'll definitely give you. Who else did we miss?
There's
I would hate to miss. There we go. Hello. Would you mind just putting your mic on unmuted?
Now you need to unmute. There's a little button right next to where you got the video. Got it. There you go. Shoot.
There you
can speak.
Hello.
Hey, welcome.
Please introduce yourself.
I'm fine. I'm fine.
Would you like to introduce yourself? Tell us a little bit about yourself and what grade you're in, how old you are, and your interests.
Okay, I'm Phyllis Mashangu and I'm grade 7 this year.
Oh, wow. How do you feel about being in grade 7?
I feel so good.
That's good. You're leaving primary school. It's so exciting to leave primary school, but then it's also so challenging because when you get to grade 8, you're basically back in the lower grade because you are the lowest grade in the whole school again. But at least to everyone in primary, you are in a big grade. How old are you, Pilise?
This year I'm turning 13 years old.
Oh, wow. And what are your goals as you are in grade 7? What are your academic goals now that you are in the last year of your primary school years? Okay, what would you like to achieve?
To achieve better results.
Oh my God. I just love this group. Everybody is so focused. Everyone wants good results. Nobody else just said something off. This is amazing. I love this group and I want this group to be my group forever. I'm so glad that you want to achieve that. What else do you think you'd like to achieve within this year? You've got 12 months. 12 months. Well, now 11 because January is ending. What else would you like to achieve? Do you like sports? No?
I love sports.
What's your favorite sport?
The rugby.
Oh, wow. Rugby, that's one of my favorite sports as well, but just to watch. I would not play it. I would not play it. Okay, I hope one day I come and watch you play rugby at your school. Would that be fun?
Yes.
Yeah, I'd definitely come and watch you one day. Awesome. Yes. Uncle Vic, thank you for sharing. Thank you for sharing, Spelise.
Thank you so much.
All right. Uncle Vic, do you want us to go on the other link
slide
now? Because, yeah, the last slide. Sorry, link. Gosh.
Can you see it?
There we go. Yes, I can see it. Okay, I have a topic for you guys. It's not that difficult, I promise you, and it's going to help you so much. I really hope you do it, because if you do it, you're not doing it for me, you're doing it for yourself. It's going to help you. I'm just giving you the suggestion to do it, but if you choose to do it, it's going to help you, I promise you, along the run, especially if you're going towards grade 8 and you're finishing off your grade 7. These are the things that will help you get better as you get to higher grades. So task number 1, create a timetable that you will have on your wall in your room. A timetable that when you wake up, you see it every morning, so that you remember that, damn it, I've got physics to learn right now, and I've got physics to learn when I get back from school. So at least you will have that on your mind the whole day, so that you will not forget. So that will be helpful that way. Your weekly planned timetable. So you need to have a timetable for the 5 days, Monday to Friday, right? Okay, so it's physics, it's biology, it's natural science, whatever it may be, whatever subjects you are doing. That's just an example from me. Organize and prioritize the assignments due first. Do bit by bit each day, so it does not feel like a load of work. So, like I said, with the essay, if you have an essay and they say, write an essay with 2 pages, you will work on the first page the whole day, but you will give yourself a break in between. So once you've done your once you've done your introduction, take a break, drink some water, have some food, re-energize yourself, and then get into the body, and then get into the conclusion as well. So that's how you break down your work, so that you don't feel like it's a whole lot of work. And trust me, high school has tons of work, guys. It's a lot of work. So this would help if you just really do it bit by bit. You will not feel as anxious and have the anxiety that I had. I wish I had this information when I was in high school and in primary. I would have done things differently. Take pride in whatever you do. Make sure your work is neat. Make sure your work is presentable. Make sure that it's worth reading. You don't want your teacher to read the first line of your essay and say, "Oh, what the hell?" You want to be able to excite them in order for them to read it throughout and read it again and actually share it with the class. You want to be the great example of your class. You want her to say, "Look at Njabula's work. It's phenomenal. This is how you write an essay. You want to be the example. You want to be the example. You want to make sure that you are seen. You want to make sure that one day in grade 10, when they're choosing RCLs and prefix, you are on that list. So always take pride in whatever you do. Dress accordingly and take pride in your uniform as well. Do not look like a thug or anything like that, and put a hat on that you know you're not supposed to put on. So make sure you tuck in your t-shirts and all of that. So taking pride is basically doing that. All right, exercise for teens. Come up with spending 15 minutes with your parents. I'd like you guys to spend 15 minutes with your parents, getting help from them. So basically, in what sense? Like, once you've written your essay, this is the example. I'm using the essay as an example. Once you've written the essay, you sit down with your mom. Once you feel like you don't have any more ideas or whatever, just tell your mom a bit about your essay. Like, okay, mom, this is what I've written. My essay is about how has COVID affected my life. So I've written this. Can you please help me by adding a few more points or redirect me in writing it this way? So the more you spend time with your parents, the better, because then you are going in the right direction. You're not just doing your work on your own, and you know that your work has been checked by somebody who has completed that grade and who knows much better than you and who's more advanced. And also spend 15 minutes with your parents just discussing what you like to do and how you'd like them to get involved. Open up to them. Your parents should be your best friends before your actual best friends outside. So the more you speak to your parents, the easier life becomes, because once you are able to speak to them, you'll be able to always address issues that you have instead of being scared and going outside and asking for help, whereas your parents definitely know how to help you because you are their kids. So make sure that you build that relationship with your mom and dad or your guardian. It really doesn't matter who it is at this point. As long as it's an adult that's taking care of you, that's the best person to go to.
Could I ask just you say that again? Because there were a couple of people who fell off and have just come back on. I think Nancy was.
Oh, okay.
Just the exercise. Oops, sorry. Yeah.
Oh, okay. The exercise, boys and girls, should I say ladies and gentlemen rather, because you guys are teenagers now. So, ladies and gentlemen, what I was saying is that you spend 15 minutes with your parents. Be it's for school purposes, assignments, or an exam. Get them to help you. Get involved with mom and dad. Speak to mom and dad about your future plans. Tell mom and dad what are your interests. So if you're a sports person and you know your mom and dad are trying to get you to be a doctor, speak to them and actually get them involved in it and make them see why you are choosing this. Invite them into your life. I know that as a teenager, it's very difficult to now open up to your parents and tell them, oh my gosh, mom, there's this boy that likes me, or oh my gosh, mom, I got 8 out of this for my exam. So I know it's very difficult to open up to your parents. I definitely never opened up. I definitely never. But I regret not doing it. So that's why I'm advising you guys to do it. You have to open up to your parents. It makes life so much easier. You feel like your load that you're carrying on your own as a teenager, you offload it if you're going to be sharing it with your parents. So it won't be as much as it is right now, especially academically. Please open up to your parents academically. If you're really not doing well in a specific subject, speak to your mother, speak to your dad, your guardian. They might make a plan. You think that you need to solve it on your own. You actually don't. What if mom really wants to get somebody to help you with it? But if you don't speak up and you say everything is okay, that's when you start losing out. So communication is key, and you definitely need to open up to them in order for you to get help. Even if it's not your mom, actually, I don't mind giving you guys my contact details. I can help where I can because I am a teacher. So if you need extra lessons, or you need help with your English essay or maths or anything, I'll be able to direct you. Or if I don't know how to do it myself, I definitely have people that will help you. Mahlati is a tutor himself. So if you feel like there are specific subjects that you are really not strongly great at, please contact me. I will definitely ask Uncle Vic to send you guys my number, and then you can contact me. I'm here to help, and we can move forward. Yeah.
Cool.
Any questions?
Yes.
Sorry.
Any questions? No. I think that's good. Any questions?
Any questions, guys? Feel free to type it on the chat or speak, because I love hearing your voices. You guys sound so sweet and so innocent. It's unbelievable.
I thought I would put this up so that they know some of the other, you can tell them some of the other subjects that you will be talking about in the weeks to come. So
the next sessions.
In the next sessions, yes.
Yes. So today we spoke about academic pressure, and I hope that was very helpful towards to you and towards your academic career at the moment. The next one that we are going to actually talk about is technology and social media, because I feel like now that we are in COVID, academics and technology go hand in hand, because that's how we are actually learning right now. But these are some of, they're not in order. They're not in order, but these are some of the topics that we're going to be speaking about. Peer pressure, teens and social media, technology, substance abuse, mental health, bullying and negativity on social media. And these are the things that we're going to be talking about. And guys, do not feel ashamed if you are experiencing some of the things, because the best way to deal with it is to share, so that we'll be able to give you ideas and suggestions on how to deal with it. And we'll also be talking about depression, because that is something that is a real thing. I had a friend who had to go into a mental institution, and he was studying in the University of Cape Town, UCT, and he failed a module, and he broke down, he got depressed, he had to be on medication, and medication was not working, so he actually booked himself into a mental institution. So trust me, academics can really mess up your mind and your state of mind. It's unbelievable. It's appalling. Social media impacts single parent households, materialism, work ethic, stress and time management. That's a big one. Motivation. I'm here to help teenagers make important decisions regarding their future. So I'm going to help you reach your goals and have a fruitful future one day.
Nice.
Thank you very much. I would really like a couple of you to have questions. Does anybody have a question? Andile, Tato, Jabulo, anybody?
Fortunately, the networks are causing people to fall.
Yeah, they're very bad. Yeah, that's the only thing about the technology. I hope somebody comes up with a better idea than Wi-Fi. Something uncapped.
Any questions from anybody? So if you go onto the, we'll send you, we'll create a little group called Value Add Teens.
Yes.
And Minadia will send you all the details for the next session. Don't forget the homework for this session. It's just a little homework. It's not a lot of homework.
Yes. Not at all.
Don't forget the homework for this session. And we will create a little group, and that group will give you, will let you know when the next session is and what we'll be talking about. I'm looking forward to social media and technology, and because that's my excitement.
Your special excitement. Yes, I definitely do.
I see Ntombi is back. Ntombi, is there anything you want to add? if you can hear us. I know your network is a little, I don't think she's connected. No, she's not connected. What we want to say to everybody is this is the program that that Minadia is going to be running called Value Teams. We value the teams. And some of the subjects that we're going to be talking about in Value Teams are exactly the ones that Minadia showed you. And we would like it to make it interactive. So the best success of this is not school, and it's definitely not a classroom, right? So I don't want you, Minadia and I don't want you to see this as school as a classroom. This is a Saturday morning, twice a month, where you can relax and have a conversation, right? And use the subject to converse also with the parents. The parents are probably listening in some of them. And we'd like the parents to use the subjects that we've had to have conversation until the next. So the conversation that parents and you can be having with your parents is exactly everything Minadia has talked about, which is pressure and academic pressure. And Minadia, what I would suggest, and I think I want to see this, maybe it's more than anyone else, is an example of a timetable, right? So I think we should open up the next one. So you guys are going to put, if you don't have a timetable, you're going to have to put a timetable together, because Minadia is absolutely right. A timetable that's in front of your wall, your desk, etc. It's very, very important. Thank you for joining Value Teams. Hope to see you in the next sessions. Okay, fantastic. Yeah, that's from Minadia. So it's important. So if you can give an example of a timetable,
definitely. I have a timetable myself. Because I mean, I'm writing exams. I've got assignments due. I'm basically in a position where they are in right now. We are going through this together. So this is going to be a group where we help each other and actually advise each other and be there for each other. So if ever you're feeling overwhelmed and you need some motivation, I'm here for you. So you can just hit me up on WhatsApp and I will definitely get back to you.
Fantastic.
Thank you for joining, guys.
Yeah, that's been fantastic. What else did I want to mention? The sessions, just as a reminder. So here's the thing, and I hope the parents are listening, but we'll explain this to you as well in the WhatsApp messages that we send to yourself and your parents. When you join Value Add Teens, right? I'm sure you all know it's, I can't remember how much it is, 300 rands a month, etc.
300 rands.
When you join Value Add Teens, you also have access to some of our other programs that we run, right?
Yes.
And those programs include Career Discussion Academy. Now, the Career Discussion Academy is a really interesting one, and I recommend you join them as many as you can. So we run those twice a month. What do? We invite people from certain careers to come and talk about their careers. But what's also important is that we want to hear how they got to where they got to, right? So it's not just about the career. I'm a policeman, I'm a doctor, I'm a book writer. It's also, how did you get there? And you're going to find that lots of people get to the same place going in different directions. And why do we want to let you know that? Is because we don't want you to feel under pressure around how you need to get to a certain point. One point to the next point is not always a straight line. There's a lot of zigzags. If you hear about my career story from the time I was in high school all the way to now, it's like a massive zigzag all the way through. But I got here, right? So the Career Discussion Academy will let you know about. The other one is what we call the Leadership Masterclass. You're young, but it's important for you now to start getting an understanding of what's happening in the outside world, what's happening in the economy, what's happening, because some of the decisions that you're going to make about what you want to become have to do with what's happening in the world. What's the world going to look like? You're grade 7, so it's, I think, 6 years until you get to grade 12, 7 years. What's the world going to look like in 7 years' time? What's exciting you now, and what's going to look like in 7 years' time? So that we talk a lot about that in the Leadership Masterclass, and we invite leaders to tell us what they're seeing 10 years down the line. What is it that you should be preparing for, right? And then we've got the Mogul Masterclass. The Mogul Masterclass has a variety of things in it. In there, we do things like presentations, how to do presentations, learning PowerPoint, and I'm looking at somebody about that, but never mind. And other skills that you learn, right? Planning is one of the skills that we have in there, that we've put in there, and just a whole variety of different skills. You can decide when you see them, is it relevant to you? Does it make sense? You can discuss it with your parents, and that you have access to those. So you have access to 3 things: Career Discussion Academy, Leadership Masterclass, and Mogul Masterclass, for the fee that you're paying for this valued teams. So when you see those, keep an eye out for them, and you're welcome to join. This is a time, young people, where you spend time learning about you. If you can do this for the next few years, trust me, when you finish school, life is going to be a completely different picture for you, because you're not just learning from a school point of view. You've got Minadia here who's teaching you outside school, not just things around academics, but things that are relevant to your life. That sometimes
and also,
school doesn't have a lot of time for. Yeah.
Yes, and also you guys must know that you are the future now. You are the future. Actually, you are going to be our future as the adults. You are holding the future. So we need to equip you. You need to equip yourself, and we need to help you get equipped for the future. So it's going to be very, very helpful if you guys can really, really join all these sessions that Uncle Vic has been talking about.
And I don't always, we and this, teacher, but I do want to point somebody out today. I really want to point out Ethan today, right?
Yes.
Ethan has been on value ed courses since July last year.
Wow.
Right? So, and now we're going for February, so July 2020, we're going for February 2021. What Ethan may not realize is that he is digesting and sowing a lot of seeds in himself that in the next few years will bear fruit that most of us didn't have at his age. So I really take my hat off to Ethan for really wanting to be part of quite a number of the value-ed initiatives that are taking place, and those will bear fruit in the long term. And he's, as everybody knows, 14 years old. I think grade 7, grade 8. I can't remember. But if he carries on in the manner that he's carrying on,
grade 9.
This is gonna be fantastic.
He's gonna be very successful. Yes.
Thank
you, sir. It's a pleasure.
Cool stuff. All right, Ntombi, I don't know if there's
you guys.
Anything you want to say, and then we can end off. The programs always are an hour and 10 minutes extra, so we end off at 22. And then you can have the rest of your Saturday, you and your folks. Toms?
Hi, thank you, Minadia. A great session. Thank you, Uncle Vic. Thank you, guys.
Thank you, everybody. Take care. Have a good Saturday.
Parents.